What up, YouTube? I'm Adam Goldstein, and this is The Adam Goldstein Show. So for the past 3 months, I've been trying to build this channel up from pretty much nothing, and it's been fun. I've made some videos, I've definitely learned a thing or two, but now I want to take the next step and make an actual show, like a real show where I can talk about stuff, I can do things, and the format of it will feel a little more real, and I think it's going to end up in the long run, it's going to look more professional for what it does. I mean, even with my crappy background, I've actually got 2 lamps that are focused on the wall, and they're reflecting light off of a white wall, but it's creating a much better lighting effect that I would have. And I've noticed in the earlier version, in like the earlier ideation of my channel, with my videos, I've noticed that a lot of the videos just don't have adequate lighting. When you control the light in the environment and you can control the sound, it's not like when you're shooting in the field, when you're outside and you just like everywhere you go, the sound is different, the light is different, and you kind of have to adapt. Don't get me wrong, I've had fun, I've done a lot of good videos. This area has just been a dump zone, it's been a mess, there's been all sorts of shit piled up on my desk. So I want to take a second right now and acknowledge the death of Anthony Bourdain, and I hate to start off the channel on a bad note, but I just really want to say I'm really sorry about what happened to him. I really liked Anthony a lot. Anthony Bourdain, for those of you who don't know, is a celebrity chef who is famous for a book that he had written in 2004, which is based on an essay he wrote, but you probably know him from his show No Reservations. He had a show on CNN. I first started watching him when he was on the show Top Chef on Bravo, and he was just a really unique, really real, above all, a really real guy who was very cynical, very funny, and like definitely a lot of people were, I forget who said this, they made the world a lot less scary, and he was somebody who had a real sense of adventure, and it's really sad to see what happened to him. I mean, I had been following his career since 2006, and he was just like a really cool guy, and it's really sad, and it just goes to show you that a lot of times people on the outside may seem like they're fine, or you may just think for whatever reason, oh, they'll get through it, they'll be fine. And you don't always understand, and sometimes you see people when they're at their highs and when they're at their lows, and you don't always understand the full picture of what someone's life is like, and it's kind of a rude awakening when you realize, like, he seemed like he had everything. I mean, he had a daughter, he had an excellent show on CNN, he obviously, you know, had a really amazing, prolific career, and it just goes to show you that depression is a real thing. He could always find some beauty in the places that he visited. He always saw the people. You know, it wasn't just about the food and the landscape, it was about the people, it was about the culture. And I think he kind of, you know, he was always looking for that common thread, the alcohol, the hospitality, the storytelling. The assault at the dockside. So as you can see, that's really terrible. I mean, I believe these women. I know there was a lot of skepticism I had read online. When I first heard about this, it was actually through Reddit. I had found a forum on Reddit through the Boston subreddit, which was kind of interesting because living in Malden, you don't hear a lot. Like, people don't really pay attention to Malden that much. You know, I believe it. I've been to the dockside of Malden. I was just there last week. I've been there probably hundreds of times. It's the closest neighborhood restaurant to where I live, and it is a good neighborhood restaurant, and it's a good bar, and I appreciate what they do. I really do like the dockside, but there have been some times where there's been some shady characters in there. I remember one time seeing a guy get served, and he was just drunk out of his mind, and he was starting fights with some other guy over like it was over nothing. It was like, hey, you looked at me wrong, like, you want to fucking fight, you want this, and the other guy, for his credit, he was just like, no, I'm fine, I'm sorry, and like, the other guy was trying to squash it, he was trying to put it away. And the first guy, you know, the drunk guy, was just like, oh, you sure you don't have a fight? And he was going on and on. I saw the bartender watched him. She saw what happened, and she was just afraid. She just walked away. They kept serving the guy. And I can understand how that's like a really intimidating situation, but come on. I mean, what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong. You really get to step in and protect your patrons. And I think sometimes, I love Lisa, I love the dockside. Sometimes I get the feeling that's the kind of restaurant where they want to ring the register. You're not always responsible for everything that your patrons do. You can't be held accountable, but you do kind of cultivate the atmosphere. You know, you sort of set the tone for what sort of is acceptable. I'm going off on a tangent here, but it's not their fault. I'm just saying I've seen some stuff. I've seen some situations there where I don't think I don't think they really stepped in and like did the right thing. So hopefully this time, you know, they'll learn from this. It'll be a learning experience. But I canceled Netflix. Barack and Michelle Obama have actually struck some big deal to actually produce content on Netflix. And I think this is kind of interesting. I think it could be an interesting move for the company. Personally, I'm just sick of I've seen all the content on Netflix that I want to see. Mostly reruns of Frasier, I don't even think they have Family Guy anymore, but they had Breaking Bad, they had Better Call Saul. They definitely had some good shows. I'm not into the binge watching phenomenon anymore, really, and I actually kind of miss the old school channel surfing experience. So if that's something that you're missing and you don't want to pay anything, you have to try this new app. It's called Pluto TV. Pluto, like the planet. And Pluto TV is an app you download for free. You do not have to sign up anything. You don't have to sign up or create a username. You download it, you start it, and you just watch. And it's literally like an internet version of cable that it seems like it's all ad supported, and it seems like there's no, it's not like Black Box or anything like that. It's not like BitTorrenting. It's actually really, really cool for what it is. And, not all the content is going to be everything that you want. So I don't know if that's something you guys would be interested in, but please check that out if you're interested. Download the app. You can also get an app on your Roku as well and watch it on television. Personally, that's what I watch. And if I want to watch, I get the antenna for real live TV. I've got Pluto TV for the quote-unquote cable experience. And then, I had the streaming services like Netflix and Hulu, and I just got tired of the content. I also got tired of browsing their menus, too. Something about the menu, it's very unsatisfying, and they put a lot of new, I don't know if you'd say political content, cheap content. Enough with the crappy content. I'd rather you just put more of the good movies up there, and that's kind of sort of the problem with Netflix. Not that there's a lack of good content, but a lot of the times it gets buried by all this new B-movie crap that there's way too much of on there. So the general experience for me of browsing, it's just not been pleasant. It has not been a pleasant experience because I'm really spending way too much time sifting through crap and getting to a point where I'm like, you know what, screw it. I'm just going to watch a rerun of Frasier because that's all I want to see. And I'd recommend you try Pluto TV. Also try the YouTube app on your Roku. And between those two, honestly, I don't need Netflix. I don't need Hulu. But that's just me. So if you guys are interested, please check out Pluto TV. I do not, this is not an endorsement. I do not accept any money. I'm not getting any advertisement revenue from them, although maybe I should. But honestly, though, it really is a cool app. I really believe in it. I think you guys will be surprised at how cool it is. So check it out. So anyways, that's pretty much it for the show today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for listening. Please hit the like and subscribe button. Seriously, please hit like and subscribe if you've got a YouTube account. If you don't mind leaving a comment, I would really appreciate that. And just let me know what you think of the channel. Let me know what you think of the videos, what else you'd like to see. And keep watching. There's going to be videos almost every day from this channel. I think it's going to attract more subscribers. So thanks again, and you guys have a great day. I'm Adam Goldstein, and this is The Adam Goldstein Show.